Well, in New York now, Thuli Madonsela has told an anti-corruption meeting that corruption should no longer be seen as only a developing world problem. She was the keynote speaker at the United Nations Global Compact, a strategic policy initiative for businesses worldwide to align their operations with 10 anti-corruption principles. The event marked the 10th anniversary of the 10th principle, which requires businesses to work against corruption in all its forms.
She's become a global warrior in the anti-corruption cause and warned this gathering that it should no longer be seen as a problem of the less developed world.
We should stop seeing corruption as a developing world problem. In reality, it's a global problem, and sometimes actually corruption is introduced by outsiders. So more cooperation is needed in that area when people are prosecuted in terms of that. And this includes collaboration in stopping illicit capital outflows from the developing world.
She pointed to World Bank figures that corruption equals more than 5% of global GDP, or some $2.6 trillion, while increasing the costs of doing business by up to 10% globally.
Corruption does more than take away 10% of resources of each country. It inflates the cost of state projects, particularly infrastructural projects and projects in the health sector. It results in overcharging, overbilling, and false billing.
She also called for greater space for business to speak out against corruption without fear of reprisals.
It was a speech short on sound bites but big on analysing the problem, with calls for incentivising voluntary disclosures of corruption by companies, extending whistleblower protections to businesses, and for governments to accept greater constructive feedback from the sector. Madonsela also praised the strides being made globally against corruption, saying that the tide is turning, while greater political will is gradually closing the remaining gaps that exist. Shervin Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.